This scheme is so good, I just couldn't pass it up. Hit your opponent for big yards. Coming up next. Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually gives you full games of all the tips and schemes I post on my channel. I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Alright, so guys, if you're new to my channel, you're looking for daily tips to take your game to the next level, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also a notification icon so you can get my daily uploads. Alright, so guys, this is going to be another formation you're going to be breaking down in the Buffalo Bills playbook. I didn't want to break down this formation, but the plays are just so good in this formation that I had to. I just had to. I had to throw that into my scheme because it's just so well. It's only missing one play to make it the perfect single back ace, but outside of it, these plays are phenomenal. I love it. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at the single back ace, and guys, we're going to be taking a look at a couple different audibles now. This comes up with one of my favorite single backs ace audibles or plays is skinny post. But this playbook is so good, I don't need it. I'm not going to run skinny posts in this scheme. I'm going to use some other plays, so you guys might be a little bit shocked because if you followed my channel, I love skinny posts, and I'm not going to do it this time. All right, so we're going to look at the audibles. We've got a halfback stretch is one of our base audibles. We've got play action crossers, and then we have basically the other audible is going to be slants. Now, slants is a dog play. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. So I'm going to replace slants with the following play, which is going to be levels divide. This has got great inside presence. I can attack the inside of the field against my opponent, make him respect the inside. Now, skinny posts, this particular play, I'm going to go ahead and switch this out with another play which kind of plays like skinny posts. It's a little bit differently, but it's going to be the Y shallow cross, and this is going to be the way we're going to attack our opponent against if he uses a lot of cover too. Now, the final play we're going to go ahead and adjust into, and this is what brought me to this scheme, is a play action misdirect shot. This is one of the best concepts in the game. You can find it in multiple different types of formations, but this hands down is great because I can flip it without giving my opponent a read on where I'm going to be going with it. They can't pick up any kind of tendencies. It's going to force them to go ahead and go in different directions. So we're going to go ahead and use play action misdirect shot. Now, base plays, we're going to either go ahead and use the 0-1 trap, or we're going to use a nice halfback blunt dive as our base audible. So we're just going to go ahead and run the ball a little bit against some coverage type coverage. Now, 0-1 trap basically is a nice little run to be able to go and throw against your opponent. That's going to go ahead and allow you to attack your opponent on the inside. Trap plays have been very effective, not as effective as previously because they were almost like a guaranteed 4 or 5 years, or 4 or 5 yards. But it can be very effective if you just go ahead and find this run behind the center and wait till you get to the next level. It's going to open things up for you. So as you can see right here, I'm getting a nice harassment yards right here. I'm getting an easy 4 or 5 yards. The great thing about it too is that you have basically a stretch play that you can jump into, and you don't even have to give your opponent a tell. You can just flip the play without actually going ahead and telling which direction you're going to go with it. So that's what's cool about it, is that there's no butt tap that you need to do to go ahead and move it, and you can basically get some good runs. So I'm not going to show you the running game with this. Is a three-headed monster. It's going to be able to attack your opponent off the right to the left and right down the middle with the 0-1 trap. Let's take a look at some of the pass plays now. Let's take a look at this against most zone coverages, or actually just go ahead and run this against random coverages. We're going to take a look at levels divide, and what's cool about it is I can flip it depending on where my opponent is favoring. And really my first read is going to be this area right here with Thomas. Now what happens is if the defender floats off to the left, I'm going to go ahead and try to pop him right before he digs in. If the defender floats down or actually follows up with Thomas, I'm going to look at Benjamin, and then my final read is going to be McCoy. Now optionally, if you want to, the backside receiver, you can actually put him in a deep comeback route if you feel like doing that. That is an option. So let's just go ahead and jump back into this play once again. Watch Thomas, and then we're going to go ahead and do the little dig route. So I'm picking up 8 yards right there with this particular play, and it's a nice little inside play. I can flip it to the opposite side. We're going to watch Clay, and then we have basically the crossing route that we can go drop down to because the defender actually has to float up. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this once again. We're going to look at Clay. And you can see right here, he is wide open, but drops the ball right there. But you can see that it was a man blitz, very aggressive blitz by the computer. So let's see if the guy floats out. Nope. But we got the underneath route that we're going to go ahead and pop against our opponent. Now this is going to set everything else up for you because your opponent actually, he's going to be watching a lot of these routes for you. So you've got your man beater with the inside route. You've also got this route by Thomas. Now I haven't seen the look that I wanted, but you can see I'm just popping that consistently because I know it's that area of the zone is going to be cleared out. Now sometimes what's going to happen too on the backside is that if the zones float up, you've also got this check and release by the running back too that you can drop down to. But it's about attacking the middle of the field against your opponent. That's what I do love about the secret plays is that pass and release. So now if the defender doesn't fall in the area, you can hit Clay right in the seam. He's going to be wide open. So that's going to be the first read. I'm going to watch Thomas, and if he gets followed, I'm going to go ahead and just pop it to the other wide receiver on the back end side. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Y shallow cross. Now this is good against like someone who likes to spam a lot of cover 2 because you've got your big cover 2 beater. He'd have to put a deep blue. If he has a deep blue, basically you've got these check downs that you can hit, and you also got Clay on the crossing route on the back end side. So what's cool about it is that, so I got a cover 3 look. I got the crosser on the backhand side. So if you got a fast tight end, he's usually going to get separation against the defender. And this allows you to go ahead and tack that flat off the right hand, off to any other side that your opponent's using. So if he's using a lot of cover 2, Tampa 2, those Tampa 2 defenders are going to float up and give this shallow cross something you can go and attack your opponent with. Now on the backhand side here you go is your Tampa 2 beater. You got that big beating route. If he puts a deep blue over the middle, you've got this little hitch route that should be wide open. Then also on the back end side, you've got Benjamin that should be wide open too. So that's what I do like about this figure play. Is still, once again, it's going to be attacking your opponent. You've got that flat defender, the flat guy that he has to go ahead and worry about, and you can go and check up from there. So just a bad pass by Taylor. Once again, just do the flat and just settle down for that and just try to get your blocking from there. So let's go and jump into the final play in this scheme, which is going to be the play that I really love. This is one play that you can jump into and really abuse your opponent with. Now the final play we're going to take a look at is going to be the play action misdirection shot. I love this play because I can flip it to either area. Now the area where Benjamin's route, he's got that crosser route, that's going to be the money route, but I want to complement that route by actually doing the tight end on this side. I want to put him on a drag because that's going to be our first progression. So we're going to look to the dragger, and then we're going to look to this route on the back end side to pick up the big yard. So a lot of coverages that should be wide open. And what's beautiful about it is that this play, once again, is flippable without giving your opponent any kind of a tell. So if you establish a run against your opponent, now you've got this route that's going to basically go ahead and get huge yards for you. My recommendation is that most players play different types of coverages where they're going to have a defender in the area, or they're going to have a wide receiver that should be able to go and get cleared. So let's see if we can get that in there. That was man coverage right there, and that guy was just blanketing Benjamin on that route. So let's see if we can try this again. We're going to flip it, and we're going to go ahead and take Clay and put him on a little drag route. Drag route is your first read. And you want to go ahead and try to establish that drag route. Try to establish that because that's going to be an area of the field that you want to force your opponent to go ahead and try to defend. So let's see if we can get the big route with Matthews on the back end side. So now he's in a cover 3 shell, and you can see right here just he was wide open, sailed by Taylor. But you can see that this play, you're playing Mutt. Your quarterback is going to go ahead and put the ball right on the money. And look at the separation right there. Crazy separation. Just another bad pass by Taylor. So if I play in basically regs, I'm gonna have a hard time with this quarterback if he keeps spraying balls like that. So guys, this is going to be one of these plays you're going to be using online. I love this particular scheme. I didn't want to build out a scheme in Singleback Ace, but when I took a look at the plays, I was like, holy crap, I got to go ahead and build this out. So to my subscribers, once again, thanks for support, guys. Until next time.